This app was built entirely by Claude Code, and it's live right now. Not on my laptop. On a real domain, on a real server, counting every click it gets. Because here's the thing nobody tells you. Almost every Claude Code tutorial ends the second the app runs on localhost. And that's the exact moment your app dies. Around 8 minutes in, I'm showing you the step they all skip. Stay for that one. So here's exactly what you're walking away with today. 1. A working full-stack app, front-end backend database. 2. A CLAUDE.md file you'll reuse on every project after this. 3. A public URL you can send to anyone. We're building a link in bio page that tracks real clicks. Small enough to finish. Real enough to matter. Quick disclosure before we start. The hosting link in the description is an affiliate link. It costs you nothing extra. And to be straight with you, later in this video, I'll tell you exactly when you should not use it. Don't open the terminal yet. The number one reason people rebuild their app 3 times with Claude Code isn't a bad prompt. It's a missing spec. If you leave a gap in your requirements, Claude Code fills it with something plausible. And every gap it fills is rework waiting for you. So before anything, write a 1-page PRD, a product requirements document. It needs to answer 4 questions. What does this app do? Who uses it? What does success look like? And this is the one everybody skips. What does it explicitly not do? Same rule for your stack. If you don't specify it, Claude Code picks whatever's most common in its training data, which may not be what you actually want. So I'm telling it up front, Node SQLite plain HTML. Boring on purpose. Boring deploys clean. Install is 1 line. On Mac or Linux, you curl the installer from Claude.ai and pipe it into Bash. On Windows PowerShell, it's 1 line too. Then run Claude -- version to check it landed. Then cd into your folder and type Claude. That's it. You're in. Now the single highest leverage thing you will do today. Create a file called Claude.md in your project root. Claude Code reads it at the start of every session. Without it, every new session starts from 0. You re-explain your project. Every time. Mine has 5 things: what the project is, the stack, naming conventions, what the app must never do, and where the secrets live. Notice I'm not writing code here. I'm writing context. That's the actual job now. Paste your PRD in at the bottom. Save it. That's deliverable number 2, and you'll copy this file into every project you build from here. First prompt. Watch the right side of your screen. That's the whole front end. 30 seconds. Now, this is where people get high on it and start prompting like a maniac. Don't. 1 feature at a time. Look at it. Then the next one. I want the links editable without touching code, so move the links into a config file. And that's the difference between a demo and something you can actually maintain. Quick note, the machine I deploy this to is going to matter more than you'd expect. I'll come back to it, and it's not for the reason you think. Okay. It looks like a link in bio page, but right now it's just a pretty page. It doesn't know anything. Let's fix that. Here's the prompt. Add a small backend that logs every click, which link, what time, and store it in SQLite. And here's where a lot of you are about to hit a wall you don't see coming. A minute ago, this was a folder of files. Any free static host would take it, no problem. Now it isn't. Now there's a process that has to stay running and a database that has to stay alive. The second the app goes to sleep, your click counter stops counting. That's not a Claude Code limitation. That's just what a real app is. One more thing, the API keys. They go in a .env file. Never in the code, never on GitHub. Claude Code will happily hardcode a key if you let it, so check. Watch. I click my own link and the counter moves. 1 click, logged, with the timestamp. By the way, I'm tracking what all of this costs me. Claude, hosting, domain, everything. I'll put the numbers on screen at 11 minutes. Stop. Look at where we are. You've got a working app. It runs. It stores data. It looks good. And this, right here, is where every other tutorial hits stop and rolls the outro. It's also where most people quit. Not because the next part is hard. Because nobody ever showed them. So everything from here is the part that doesn't get filmed. Remember the step I mentioned at the start? It's next. Before we deploy, what this actually cost you. Claude Code isn't sold separately. It comes with a Claude subscription. Free doesn't include it. Pro is $20 a month, and that's what I built this on. Max is $100 a month, or $200 for 20 times the usage. Now the honest part. Anthropic does not publish exact token limits for any plan. Only multipliers, 5 times, 20 times. So if you've seen a video quoting 44,000 tokens per window, someone made that number up. What I can tell you from actually using it, light building, Pro is fine. If you're hitting the cap most afternoons, that's your signal to move up. And one trap. If you've got an Anthropic API key sitting in your environment, Claude Code skips the login and offers you that key instead. Approve it, and you're on API billing, metered per token, on top of the subscription you already pay for. People get surprise invoices this way. Check before you start. Alright. The app needs somewhere to live. Let me show you what I use, what it costs, and the part they don't advertise. 3 things before we push anything. 1. Git. Claude Code writes fast, and you want a way back. Init, commit, push. 2. Environment variables. Open your .env. Every single line in there has to exist on the server too. This is the #1 reason first deploys fail. It's not a bug, it's a missing variable. 3. Deploy hello world first. Just prove the server can build something. Then add the real thing. Now, before I show you my setup, if all you're building is a static page, no backend, nothing that has to keep running, then don't buy anything. Push it to a free tier, close this tab, go enjoy your day. I'm serious. Still here? Then you need a real server, and the rest of this is how it gets there. SSH in. Pull the repo. Set the variables. Start it. That's it. That's the whole thing. Now the part I promised you 8 minutes ago. New tab. My domain. Enter. There it is. Not localhost. Not a preview link that expires. A real address on a real server that stays up when I close my laptop. Click one of the links and the counter moves. On a machine that isn't mine. That's the last mile. That's the step nobody films. And you just did it. One more thing, and this changed how I work. Claude Code only needs a terminal to live in, so it doesn't have to run on your laptop. That's it right there, with a session open on the server itself, doing the deploy. A machine that doesn't sleep, doesn't drop Wi-Fi, and doesn't close when you shut the lid. The box isn't just where the app lives. It's where the work happens. So, what I'm actually running, and why that plan and not the cheap one. Hostinger sells 4 VPS sizes, and they only differ in one direction, how much machine you get. KVM1 is 1 core and 4 gigs. That's fine for a static site, or one small app on its own. It is not fine for what we just built. Because you're not just running the app. You're running the app, the database, the proxy in front of it, and Claude Code itself on the same box. KVM2 doubles both, 2 cores, 8 gigs of RAM, 100 gigs of NVMe. $8.79 a month, and that's the one I'd start on. 4 and 8 are there for when you're running several projects at once, or something heavier. Now the things I actually notice day to day. Every plan runs on AMD EPYC processors and NVMe storage on a 1 gigabit network, and those are yours, not shared with whoever else is on the machine. You choose where the server physically sits. There are data centers across North America, Europe, Asia, and South America. Pick the one nearest the people using your app. You get full root access. It's your machine, install what you like, and nothing on it is off limits to you. Backups run every week on their own, and you can take a snapshot before you touch anything risky. So if you break it at 2 in the morning, you roll it back. There's an AI assistant built into the panel, and an API if you'd rather automate it. And this is the part I did not expect. The one-click catalog has Claude Code in it. You can put Claude Code onto the server without installing a single thing by hand. Link and code are in the description. You paste it at checkout and the total changes in front of you. That's the whole test. Here's the part nobody mentions. That price is a first-term price, and the code only works on your first order. You can't add it afterwards. And the renewal is the same whichever term you pick. A longer term just holds the low price longer. So pick the term you actually want now. You pick the location, then the operating system, Ubuntu if you want this to stay boring. You set a root password and the box is yours. And once something's running on it, it shows up here. The panel lists every project on the server, whether it's running, and gives each one its own terminal. That's the same machine I opened a session into a few minutes ago. 30-day money back. Deploy tonight. If it's not for you, get refunded and keep the app. Alright, the numbers. Here's everything this cost me. Claude Pro, $20 a month. The server, under $9. The domain, free for the first year with the plan. Tax depends on where you are, so I'll let you add your own. That's the whole build. And that's the 3 things I promised you. A working full-stack app, front-end, back-end database. A CLAUDE.md file you'll paste into every project after this one. And a public URL you can send to anyone. Which, send it to someone. Right now. That's the part that makes it real. The tool isn't the hard part anymore. Finishing is. And you just finished. One thing I glossed over, running Claude Code on that server full-time, agents working while you sleep. That's the next video. It's on screen now.